Welcome to Modern Management of the Older Adult, brought to you by the Institute of Clinical Excellence.
All right, crew, good morning. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to the Jerry on Ice segment of the PT on Ice Daily Show, brought to you by the Institute of Clinical Excellence. My name is Julie Brower. I am a member of the Older Adult Division. Super excited to be talking with you guys today on Jerry on Ice Day. So as always, let's go over some announcements from the Older Adult Division. So we have a ton of courses coming up. First off, both of our online courses, our 8-week Essential Foundations and our 8-week Advanced Concept courses, kick off in the next 2 weeks. So Essential Foundations starts a week from today, 1 week from today. So if you're interested, make sure you go on and snag your seat ASAP. And then Advanced Concepts is starting the following week, so May 4th. On the road this weekend, you can catch us both in Florida. I will be in Orlando, and then Alex will be in Rogers, Arkansas. And then in May, you can catch us 3 different places around the country. You can find us in Charlotte, North Carolina. That's my hometown. You can find us right outside of LA in California in Simi Valley. And then you can also find us in Scottsdale, Arizona. So ptonice.com, that's where all that info lives. We would love to see you in our online courses coming up or on the road over the next month. Okay, let's dive into our topic today. Put discomfort on display. Put discomfort on display. What I mean is this. Let's start showcasing the full story of intensity, the full process of intensity. Let's start showcasing older adults experiencing, suffering through a little bit, and surviving the discomfort of intensity that we put them through in the gym and in our clinics. And we need to start making this colleague facing and client facing. So I'm just going to talk about the why and the how of making this colleague facing. And another episode, I'll talk about why this is important to make it client facing. Because all of you know that I can be on here for 30 minutes if you give me enough time. So short and sweet today, probably. All right, so let's talk about why this is important about making discomfort in older adults for why we need to display this for other healthcare professionals and for our colleagues. As fitness forward professionals, everyone who is watching here today, everyone in this ICE crew, you know that you grind every day trying to convince your colleagues and trying to convince other allied health professionals that intensity for older adults is safe. It's tolerated. Programs have a high adherence rate. They have very low levels of adverse events. It shows overall improved health, improved functional outcomes, and it's absolutely the key to boosting reserve and resiliency, right? We are out there every single day making this our priority. I think we do a wonderful job at presenting the research, right? We know that we have these articles ready to fire off, ready to show that folks who are in the ICU are on cycle ergometries and they can tolerate high intensity exercise. Folks who have been on a vent for 7 days are thrown over to rehab and are working at 85% of their heart rate max. We are so good at telling this research. And it's important. The research is really, really important. But what we don't do enough of is showing this intensity and showing it with storytelling. And I'm excited and really curious as to how the storytelling of intensity putting older adults going through intensity on display for the world to see could impact our colleagues and other healthcare professionals over just continuing to talk about the research. So we need to get more detailed here about what I mean exactly by showing the full story of intensity. Because many of you are probably thinking like, Julie, I post pictures of my older adult clients working out. I do it all the time. Or I see this stuff getting shared. But we need to dive further because I think we are missing some very, very important pieces to this story. I love that we are starting to see our colleagues post more pictures and videos on social media of older adults doing badass things, right? Again, everyone in this crew, if you follow any of the older adult division, you see this stuff all the time. But we need to reflect, and I had to reflect on this myself. What are we actually seeing on social media? Like, what does it actually look like when we say we see older adults doing high intensity stuff or doing badass things? What is it we're seeing? What is it ourselves? What are we actually posting? So think about it. We typically see just a snippet of an older adult doing some sort of badass movement, right? Maybe they're lifting something heavy, or maybe they're going on the rower, or maybe they're jumping, right? Doing something that catches people's eye, getting on and off the floor. We see this stuff, but it's usually just a snippet of time. We now many times have, I'm going to say, succumb to the Instagram algorithm of creating reels. Reels where they are just boom, 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 1 second clips of older adults doing some sort of badass exercise. This is good. I love it. We are moving in the right direction, but we got to think more about it. What else do we typically see? So just a snippet in time. Many times we also see like a pan of a workout class, right? We see kind of the chaos in the gym and maybe some older adults are on the rower, some are on the ski erg, some are doing some sort of weightlifting movement. And we just kind of see everything. And many times, again, it's just a panorama and we don't really see a whole lot of faces. We just see another snippet of the workout going on. And we're putting it to some sort of like really upbeat, badass music. I think this is great, but we're missing some pieces. So keep that in your heads and we're going to come back to it. So we do a good job at showing these snippets. The other part of the story that we do a great job of showing and is very important is the happy ending, right? We love to show the smiles, the high fives, ringing of the PR bell, the happiness at the end of the workout, right? We show the clients in the gym holding up, like, I'm part of the 50 club now, right? Or we show the posts that our clients will make about, hey, I was able to go hiking with my grandson this weekend and I haven't been able to do that in years. We are so good at showing the happy ending and it's so incredibly important. But guys, we are missing the middle. We are missing such an important piece because those results, the smiles, the laughs, the PRs, the high fives, being able to go hiking, being able to pick up the 60-pound bag of mulch at Lowe's, like none of that happened without intensity and without discomfort. There was probably a lot of sweat. There may have been some tears. There have been maybe some hunched over gasping for breath or some failures. And we're not showing that. We show these little snippets of what older adults are doing, and then we show the happy ending. We don't show the intensity, the actual experience of the intensity, which happens in the middle. And that's the magic, that's the dose, that's the poison, right? Like, that's what we want to show. That's what we need to show. And what I mean by that is actually showing Betty on that rower. She's going for 500 meters as she is doing an all-out sprint. And we have a video of her, of Betty just pedal to the metal, getting through this 500 meters. She is sweating. She's got a look of misery on her face. Her form is starting to break down a little bit, but man, she grunts it out to the very end. She gets off that rower. She's dripping in sweat. She hunches down over. She gets down on the floor. She's gasping for breath. Her face looks like she might puke. And then within 3 minutes, Betty is back up on her feet. She is high-fiving her other Betty friends. She is, hoorah, I did it. She's ringing the PR bell. She's smiling. She's laughing. She's clapping. She survived. And now she's having fun. But you can't, one happens with the other. Why aren't we showing that intensity piece? Can you imagine, instead of just throwing a bunch of research at our other colleagues and our other healthcare professionals, we showed that video of Betty. Maybe we even had vitals monitoring going, so we are showing what Betty's heart rate looks like and what her oxygen looks like, right? We are showing this is safe. We are showing that, yeah, this is challenging, but we didn't kill Betty, right? We didn't kill Betty. Betty did something hard. She looked really freaking uncomfortable, but she was able to get up and go on with her day. And now she feels accomplished and she feels like a total badass. What is going to be more effective? Research or showing something like that? That is how I feel like we need to move towards proving to our colleagues and to our other healthcare professionals that high intensity is safe. Yeah, it kind of sucks, but look at what comes out on the other side. That is where the results are. That is where you're able to get off your diabetes med and you lose weight and you no longer have to have a joint replacement. This is the proof. That is what that stuff looks like. The process. So I'm encouraging you all, and this is something, even myself, when I go back and I look through all the videos that I have of my clients, I had to self-reflect and be like, man, I'm getting these videos of when they're laughing, smiling, when their form looks great. I'm only posting these tiny little snippets. I need to start getting more content of older adults looking like they're really, really struggling and show them coming out on the other side of that struggle and smiling and laughing. That is how we can start to have an impact. And that's what I want to encourage you all to start doing with the content that you share. The next time you're working with a client, I want you to capture the full story of intensity. Your fitness forward, you know you're putting them through a really, really challenging workout. Capture it. People love stories. People love storytelling. Show it. Get Betty on camera today going through your really challenging remom and get up close to show that she had to suffer through it a little bit. It was not fun. and then capture the end, then capture the happy ending. High fives, smiles, she feels badass, sweat is dripping off her face. That's the whole story. That's what we need to start capturing. All right, y'all, that was 15 minutes. That is a PT on Ice PR for me. Next time I'm on here, I'll be talking about why and how of why this is important to make Discomfort client-facing as well. All right, have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday crew, and we will talk again soon.
Thank you for listening to the MMOA podcast. If you found this helpful, please share with someone that could benefit. And if you're looking for more practical content to help you better serve older adults, head over to www.mmoa.online, where you can learn more about our free resources, our community, continuing education courses, and our certification. Once again, that's www.mmoa.online. Thanks for listening.